Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Meaningful Motivations with Tracy Erickson. And of course, if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracy Erickson, and in this video, I want to discuss the spiritual or symbolic meaning of sharks because it just so happens to be Shark Week. So stay tuned. It is currently Shark Week, so I've been seeing the image of sharks all over the place in my social media ads that are being fed to me and even on TV. So, since I've been seeing sharks everywhere, I decided that now would be a good time to talk about the spiritual, symbolic meaning of sharks. Any person, place, or thing that seems significant at the time of experiencing it could actually be a message from your spirit. So I like to pull spiritual messages from any person, place, or thing that I find to be significant at the time. So since it's Shark Week and I've been seeing the sharks everywhere, I decided it might be a good time to see if there are any spiritual messages that I could pull from the shark. And anytime that you want to find a spiritual message or a symbolic meaning behind an animal, you have to look at the habits of that animal, because all animals are very habitual creatures. So the habits of the animals that seem significant to you could actually represent some type of habitual thought, attitude, or behavior that is going on in your own life at the time of seeing the symbol. So, of course, I start by looking at the behaviors or common behaviors of sharks. And I did find an article from sharksworld.com that gave me quite a bit of information on the behaviors. Sharks rarely stay in the same place, and they often go to inaccessible areas. This is why there's not so much research done on the entire life of sharks. Sharks are usually solitary animals who hunt and swim alone. Now, some sharks do meet with other sharks during mating periods or if they're ever in an abundant food zone. But there are some types of sharks that have social structures. Sharks are also feared predators, and they like to use the element of surprise in many cases. Some sharks like to attack quickly, and they even have swimming maneuvers that they use to threaten their prey. And I always heard that sharks have to continually keep on swimming or moving forward, otherwise they may die. So I decided to Google that to see if that is correct. And according to the search results, it looks like sharks do need to continually move forward, or if they stop swimming, they have to at least have a strong current moving towards their mouth. And this is because the current or the water moving through the shark is what helps the shark to breathe. After looking at the common habits of sharks, I noticed that there are positive and negative aspects to this symbol, as there is with all symbols. But in the case of the shark, I feel that because the first thought that I always have when I think of a shark is that they are a predator and that they are dangerous and that they might actually bite you and they might actually kill you. So I do see the shark more as a negative symbol than a positive symbol. But let's go ahead and go over these common behaviors and what that means when it comes to being a spiritual message. The positive symbolic meaning or spiritual message from the shark could be that you're a strong person who can work alone. So this could be a sign that Your spirit is just telling you that you have this habitual behavior of being better off alone. And I also see that the more negative side of that particular aspect of the shark is that when it does come together with others, it is only when it is for something that they personally need for themselves. So in many cases, it's stated that sharks will come together, but only in times of mating or in times of abundant food. So it's like the shark will go around other sharks, but only if there's a benefit to the shark itself. The fact that the shark is a predator is a positive aspect because the shark doesn't need any type of protection from others. The shark is completely able to defend itself. So that is why it's able to live alone in many cases. But the negative aspect of being a predator is that you are invoking fear in others. So this could represent a habitual thought or attitude of making others fear you and basically cower in your presence. I did find it interesting that the sharksworld.com article stated that there isn't a lot of research into sharks because they go to inaccessible areas and they're constantly on the move and never really living in the same area for any type of period of time. So I do see that as being a positive aspect of the shark, and that is that no matter what type of environment the shark is in, it can be adaptable and flexible and able to survive even when the terrain is very difficult. Now, when it comes to interpreting the message of a shark, it's like you have to first recognize how you were viewing the images of the shark. Was the shark threatening looking to you? Did it invoke fear? Or was it more of a peaceful experience, watching a shark swim, for instance, or learning about it on a Discovery Channel show during Shark Week? So if you find the significance in the image of the shark, it is up to you to determine if it's a positive message or a more negative message based on how that symbol made you feel at the time of seeing it. I checked my normal animal symbol books to see if the shark was in there, and the shark was not in my medicine cards book, and it was not in Tashin's book of symbols. But I wouldn't give up there. I knew there had to be a book in my library that included a spiritual meaning of a shark, and I found it. It happens to be in the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Guidebook by Kim Kranz. That is where I found the shark. So I just want to share with you what this book has to say about the symbol of the shark. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves, or to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong, but when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. So when the shark energy is in balance, or more on the positive side, it says here that invokes intrigue and is captivating and mysterious. But when this energy is out of balance, or more on the negative side, that is more energy of sneakiness and destruction. So to bring all of this into balance, if you find that you're out of balance, what you need is honesty. Honesty in yourself or in the people around you who may be invoking these out of balance, sneaky, destructive feelings. So again, it is up to you to determine if the shark is a positive or negative symbol in your life, and then you can pull the spiritual message from the symbol of the shark from there. Well, that about wraps it up for this video. So if you like this video, be sure to click that like button. And if you're a viewer but not yet a subscriber, I would love for you to click subscribe down below. And if you like my content, you can turn on that notifications bell if you want to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thank you all so much for watching and spending your time with me. I love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.